All right, so I was talking about the IB board, right? So IB board is the board which completely aligns with entrances to global university exams as well. If the children are looking to take their SATs, then in that case, the curriculum is also structured in a way that the child has very little preparation to do post their grade 12 to be able to get into an IB, into a university globally. However, now let's look at the gaps. So the biggest gap is that it's a very expensive board option. The second gap is that there are very limited coverage of the schools in terms of schools, way fewer than other international board. And if you are only in maybe a Bombay or a Delhi or in a Bangalore, you might be able to find 2 or 3 schools that you can switch across. And the last one is that it may not align directly with an Indian competitive exam. There are a lot of changes that the parent has to do at their level in order to make the child sit in competitive examination, if that is one of your goals. All right. Okay. So now, however, we discussed the NEP change that was brought in into 2020. What has changed with NEP is CBSE, as I said, is including skill-based curriculum. It has a lot of rigor already with respect to math and science, and they are also coming up with project-based learning wherever possible, integrating across different subjects. So for example, art is being integrated with history to be able to give children a much wider scope in terms of learning well. And as we see, CBSE and IGCSE are getting closer in terms of how their philosophies are, and they're expected to align over the next maybe 10 years once CBSE's NEP changes have been implemented across the country. So this is one thing that we are anyway expecting in the next few years. All right, now let's go into the next let's go into the next thing, which is we have of course discussed all the 4 boards in detail. We now understand what each of these board entails, what is their philosophy, how is their curriculum. There are different ways of assessing, which also can get more clearer as the child progresses into grade 8, 9 and 10. But let's come back to the question of what are we looking at when we say we are educating our child, right? What education do we want for our child? In that case, the first 2 we said are the ones governed by the board. So yes, when I talked about a CBSE doing something particularly in math and science, then they give us a curriculum, and the delivery given by them, the methods given by them are implemented. But let's come to the second point, which is implementation of the board by the school. This is again a big question mark because it completely varies from one school to another. CBSE gives you what is the minimum required. However, a school on top of this can build 5 other things which are complementing the board and making it much closer to maybe an ICSE or maybe a IGCSE board school. So it is completely in the control of the school to be able to implement many layers above what the board has given as a requirement at the minimal level. Then on top of that, we discuss the 4 things that the school can build on in terms of, how is the philosophy of the school, what does the school focus on, does the school inherently focuses on building concepts, does the school inherently focus on getting the children to learn with each other, so hence focusing on collaboration or research. So effectively, just knowing the board of the school is not enough to take a decision for your child's future in terms of the school. There are 5 other things that you have to look at when you are taking the decision for the school. Hence, I would come to the last part of the presentation where we discuss then how do we even take this decision, right? You know the board, yes, you have some alignment with the board, but then you have to go to each of the schools that you are considering and assess what the remaining things that matter to you are, right? So let me just walk you through what can be the way to do that, maybe in a easier fashion. All right. Okay, so what can be the first step in that? I have 10 more minutes for this meeting to end, so I will be covering this part and then I will be taking any concerns, questions, and of course individually you can reach out to me separately if you want to go into the details of any of the things we discussed today. So the first step is have a prioritization in your mind, make a priority list if possible, because honestly for every single parent what they want out of the school is different. So create your own priority list. What do you really look for? Do you want an exposure to say sciences with arts and humanities, or are you looking for much more for your child? Do you want your child to be learning through books and then sit for Indian competitive exams after that, going to medical or going to engineering? Are you looking for your child to have a very strong moral character, be very courageous, be very expressive, be able to take a lot of debates and be able to, do very well in sports, have different kind of skills? Maybe in the future you run a business and you want the child to take the business across. So what are the skills needed for that? Or do you want the child to really be focused on individually? Do you want the child to have a very high connect with the teachers, learn empathy, and have a very personalized path for the child, right? So these are some things that we have mentioned here for your reference, but then it is completely on you to create your own priority out of this. And now once you have your priority list, what do we do next? We actually look at, sorry, we actually look at which board would naturally fit your priorities. Example, if I wanted for my child to go into to write a JEE and then maybe be in India and then maybe join a big consulting firm in the future, right? For me, a very clear answer would have been a CBSE board. But then I would think, no, but I also want my child to be able to work with people very well at a very research level, maybe research in the future. And if he wants the option to go outside and do a PhD, maybe he should have that option. Then I'm not very sure I want just a CBSE board. Then what do I do? Because each board is not restrictive. Just saying a CBSE board is not going to get my child all these 5 things that I want for him. So in that case, what do we do? In that case, you have to go ahead and look at what other things the school is providing. Example, there are very good CBSE schools who would be giving the child a very nice structured program to get into JEs, and at the same time giving them a good sports exposure, and at the same time also maybe taking them out for NGO visits and field visits where the child is learning a lot of empathy. So that is where the research of the parent comes into the picture. The parent should be able to really identify what they want and then help the child cover up those things either by the school or personally. So if we see, there are also times when parents choose a school for a particular reason, and beyond that they're ready to take the child to other after school classes, or maybe summer programs, or maybe other kind of group gatherings, or maybe homeschooling groups where the child gets extra exposure, and they're able to match up what they need for the child and cover up in that way. So just covering up your risks or the gaps once you have chosen the main board and the school that you want to is going to get your checklist ticked in some way, and also is going to maybe give you more is going to give your child more aligned future with the school that you choose. So I think this is something that can really help you get to the next stage in choosing the right school for your child. If you have any questions beyond this, I'd be happy to take, and if you want to personally walk through certain things, I will be happy to do that as well. We have 5 more minutes, so now I'll open it up for any kind of questions that you all have.
I believe Gargi had a question, which is on chat.
Yes, Gargi.
Yeah, basically, I heard what you said, and it's very interesting to know about different curriculums. But I was really wondering now, my kids are just 2.5 years old in your preschool.
Yes.
But I was wondering, how early does this curriculum really make difference? Like, what do you think is probably a right age to really say that, oh, curriculum is actually making a difference? Is it a high school, or do you think it should just start right away from the first grade or from middle school? Like, because it's too difficult, like as you rightly said, if you're very clear as a parent that, okay, I want to be in India and this is how I want, my path is very clearly carved, it's straightforward. But right now, for a parent like us who are traveling most of the time,
Mhm.
and we are not sure if we are going to be in India or we are going to be somewhere in Europe or US, we really don't know.
Mhm.
So based on this, and of course, today's parent, I don't think we all want, like, okay, we just want to focus how we did it, like
Yeah.
just math, science, English is the top priority. If that's the case, then what do you think is the right age to really think about a curriculum, and what kind of curriculum should we really think about, if so, then?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, first of all, Gargi, for asking the question. See, let me tell you, one of the biggest purpose of this presentation was to say that, see, let's be very aware and let's have all the information needed when the time comes right, especially for the younger parents, right? When the time is right, we should not take decisions not knowing things. Okay, and that is what is happening with most of the parents that I encounter. They do not know the clear differences between different boards, and just because somewhere they've heard either in their network or in their friend circle or in the families that CBSE acha hai, people are taking admissions into CBSE board schools which might not be the right fit for their children and then regretting. Okay, so hence just clarifying that, for you especially, I know the kids are really young, so right now is not the age to completely decide whether I want an IGCSE or an IB, at least for the next 3 years. But having said that, grade 1 onwards, the routes all split up a little bit because of the boards. Because grade 1 onwards, the boards prescribed books, prescribed content has to be used in the schools. Now, let me give you an example of Cornerstone. One of the biggest reasons why we decided to go with IGCSE at this point is because it gives the school a lot of flexibility in how the school can implement the different kind of the criterias and their learnings that they want the board to be assessing or looking at. So it gave us a lot of flexibility in that way, and hence, if you ask me, until senior KG, no board has any kind of say in what the child is learning. So everything anyway is skill based, because until the children are 5.5, 6, they're learning every three things through skill. We are making them read, we are making them write, but all of that is secondary. What is primary is behavioral, emotional learning that they're doing in the schools, through all the different kind of curriculum. However, post grade 1, it starts becoming more and more prescriptive from the board, and we have to adhere as a school to certain requirements by the board. And that is the point when you will have to make the decision of which school should the child go to. Now, if we talk about transitions, right, if the child is moving out of the country, within the country, you would have a clear idea maybe in the next 2 years on your job at that point, or your role. Are you going to be moving in and out? Are you going to be in India? So anybody who's looking to move out of India at some point, most of the times the CBSE and the ICSE curriculum creates a little bit of a hitch in the mind of the children when they start learning the new way. Hence, it is recommended to go for an IGCSE or an IB board, because that the way the boards deal with topics, and the way they deal with concepts, it's very universal. It's most first principle based. So they're asking you why, they're making you inquire. So that is a method that the child really adapts anywhere the child goes. CBSE, ICSE, if you have a clarity on the child is going to be in India, then it's a good board to follow, depending upon how your preferences are. But having said that, this is a very huge conversation. I can definitely take up with you separately as and when the scenario changes at your end also, in terms of your jobs.
Perfect. Sure. Thanks so much. And I'm so sorry about my voice today, but yeah.
No
Uh,
worries, no worries. I will be able
so,
to take one more question, because then we have less than a minute and this presentation will go off.
sure.
So if anybody has anything pressing, I can definitely answer it now. Else we can again, you can separately message me, WhatsApp me, and we can get on a call and discuss the other issues or questions, concerns. Okay, then I think no questions. The presentation I'll be sharing separately, and I'll be sharing some list that previous batch, the previous group had asked for.